Good morning, all of you. In today's session, we are going to start with the 10th standard chemistry and physics, unit 12, carbon and its compounds. So here we already started what is the valency of carbon and what kind of compounds are able to generated by this carbon and in what way carbon can extend its chain length and how can we regard carbon and its related compounds as organic chemistry. All these topics extensively discussed and available on the channel called World of Competitive Chemistry. In addition to all these, we already finished unit 1 to 11 entire detailed explanation available on the channel called World of Competitive Chemistry. Now we entered into the compounds which are formed by the carbon and which are specifically regarded as a functional groups whichever present and responsible for their chemical reactivity. Those compounds are extensively going to be studied in today's series number 10 of unit 12. Let us enter into our today's concepts. Right. Here, the topic is about hydrocarbons. First, hydrocarbon denotes what? Carbon and combined with the hydrogen. So here it is mainly composed by carbon and hydrogen related compounds. Hydrocarbons are the simplest compounds of the carbon where we can find these compounds either in the form of saturated like a long chain with only single bonds like a sigma bond containing compounds or else alkenes are nothing but double bonded compounds. Two carbons are joined by a double bond and alkynes which are generated by the carbon which are joined by a triple bond and in either kind of aromatic hydrocarbon is an aromatic hydrocarbon where this compound carbon hydrogen joined in a cyclic structure with a conjugated double bonded system, one double bond, one single bond, one double bond, one single bond. Such alternate arrangement of bonds are present which is denoted as a benzene and its related compounds. Right. So in this manner, hydrocarbons are nothing but which are purely composed by carbon and hydrogen. Methane is the simplest example where you can find one carbon surrounded by four hydrogens around that. Here another example is also provided CH3, CH2, CH3, where three carbons associated with how many? 3 plus 2, 5 plus 3, 8 hydrogens, C3H8, where all carbon and hydrogens are present. This is the simplest example for this hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon denotes carbon and hydrogen containing compounds. So they further categorized into three, like a saturated is nothing but the compound which is not composed of any double or triple bond, only single bonds like a sigma bonds are present are called a saturated one. So only single bonds will be there. So methane, ethane, propane, all these are the simplest examples under this category. And second is about unsaturated. Unsaturated is nothing but either double or triple bond is present within the compound, either alkene or alkyne can be taken into the consideration. Propane is the simplest example where we are having carbon-carbon double bond, and a propyne. Propyne denotes what? Carbon-carbon triple bond is there. One sigma and two pi bonds when present, that is regarded as a alkyne. This is also the category of unsaturated. And another kind of example for this hydrocarbon will be aromatic. Aromatic is nothing but, so that should be in the cyclic form, that should be a planar compound, that means a flat molecule it should be, and the conjugation should be present within the molecule. Then only we can regard these compounds as aromatics in nature. All these are the types of hydrocarbon. This is a kind of carbon compound. And not only hydrogens, so carbon able to bind with any other elements as well, like oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, and halogen. All these are mentioned in this slide where carbon can bind with hydrogen called hydrocarbons. In addition to hydrogen, in either extra elements like oxygen, they are able to form bond. Nitrogen, it able to give the compound. Sulfur containing thio compounds are there, and phosphorus can bind with the carbon, and that kind of compounds also available. And these are collectively denoted as halogens like a fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo, and astatine. So these are denoted as alkyl halides. Find vital applications in the organic chemistry because these are the starting material for the synthesis of so many kind of organic compounds in the laboratory. So in this manner, carbon not only binds with hydrogen, but also with the remaining elements in the periodic table, so that numerous number of compounds are available for this carbon. Hence, we can assign a separate category for this organic chemistry, which is constituted by the carbon and its related compounds. And these are the few examples which comes under this carbon and its related compounds. The characteristic properties of organic compounds mainly depends upon the type of functional group associated with that one. Even we are having two carbons, even we are having same molecular formula, but based on the functional group, so based on the available functional group, the type of property will be assigned for the given compound. If it is amine, so amines are having characteristic properties. If it is hydroxy compounds will have a characteristic property. So if it is ester, if it is carboxylic acid, in this manner, so the chemical nature of any given organic compound purely lays on the nature of this functional group present. Functional group denotes what? The group which is active, which is more prone to participate in the chemical reactions is denoted as the functional group. All these carbon compounds, just now we discussed, these many compounds are possible with the carbon. So these compounds of carbon with any other elements are denoted as the functional groups. Here, few of the examples are illustrated. One is OH. So OH denotes what? Hydroxy. Ol. In accordance with the IUPAC nomenclature, International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry, it is denoted as a OL, OL, right? So here hydroxy functional group will be there. And the second is about carboxylic acid. R, C double bond OH is denoted as the carboxylic acid. This is any other. So C double bond OH is called a carboxylic acid functional group. This is also responsible for its own characteristic properties. And this is called amine. N. So this is the nitrogen blue color circle indicates a nitrogen surrounded with two hydrogens, NH2 functional group. If any organic compound associated with NH2, those compounds are called amines. So this is neither amine compound, and here you can clearly observe this is the kind of system that is halide. Here carbon associated with three hydrogens, methyl it will be. And this will be any halide you may take, like a fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo, astatine. Astatine is radioactive in nature. So other than this, remaining all will participate in the chemical reactions and alkyl halides are possible, right? So these are the kind of examples which falls in the category of functional groups, which are in a direct contact with the carbon compounds, so that they are regarded as a organic compounds with the various functional groups. This functional group is a characteristic moiety where the chemical reactivity will be decided. So these are the few examples which comes under organic functional groups. Here you can clearly observe all are carbon and hydrogens only. It is the simplest example for hydrocarbon, and all are made up of single bonds only, sigma bonds only. Hence you can say it is a alkane. And second is about carbon-carbon double bond will be there. Double bonded compounds are regarded as alkenes. When carbon-carbon joined by a triple bond, then you can say it is a alkyne. All these are togetherly regarded as a hydrocarbons only. Let us move on to another compound, ROH. ROH, OH means what? Hydroxy. Hydroxy in IUPAC name, ol. Ol is a prefix, we can say. Ethanol is the simplest example under this category, and another is about ROR. This is another functional group pertaining to organic compound where oxygen is linking to different alkyl functional groups. Hence, we can say ether. Ether compounds are present, and here if you take CH3O, CH3, that is regarded as methoxy, methane. Okay, if you are taking CH3O, CH3, then we can say methoxymethane. Here they gave example for this category as well. And any other cyclic compound is also present. These organic compounds may exhibit the cyclic kind of compounds also available, where we can take COC. These are called epoxides. If you are taking three-membered ring with one of the oxygen joined with the carbons, these are called epoxides, highly unstable, high sterically strained compounds, because being it is three-membered and with one oxygen with two lone pair of electrons, highly sterically hindered, and very significant compound, significant starting material for the synthesis of so many organic compounds in the laboratory. And another is about haloalkane. RCl or any R group can be joined with the fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo, astatine. So these are regarded as haloalkanes. Next is about aldehyde. Aldehyde is nothing but C double bond OH is the characteristic functional group which is joined with any organic functional group. You may take methyl, ethyl, propyl, whatever, right? So here C double bond OH is regarded as aldehyde functional group. This is a characteristic of aldehyde. Another is about two alkyl groups joined with a C double bond O. This is regarded as a ketone. C double bond O is called a ketone. Aldehydes and ketones together called carbonyl compounds. Aldehydes and ketone chemistry together called carbonyl compounds. And next is about carboxylic acid. Acid is nothing but C double bond OH. In our daily life, we can experience so many acids in our day-to-day life, all the activities. We are using vinegar, that is a familiar example. We can say carboxylic acid, which present in that vinegar is called acetic acid. Dilute acetic acid is called vinegar. And even we are using tamarindus. Tamarindus juice, that is also one kind of acid. All the acids are sour in nature, so here carboxylic acid will impart that nature to these compounds. In either is about acid anhydride, where C double bond O C double bond O group will be there. The C double bond O C double bond O group is called anhydride, and the C double bond O group when present, that is called the ester compound. All the fruity smell containing compounds pertaining these esters, all the fruits are containing these esters. The fruity smell is the characteristic reaction for these esters. Next is about amide. Amide composed of C double bond NH2 functional group, and another is about C double bond X called acid halide. So you may take acetyl chloride, you may take acetyl bromide. So all these are the simplistic sample for these acid chlorides. And next is about amine. Just now we discussed when alkyl group is combined with NH2 functional group. So here the functional group is NH2. So this nitrogen containing compound called amine. Another is about cyanide. C triple bond N is called cyanide. It is highly poisonous in nature and it directly inflames the central nervous system if it is consumed. And RC triple bond N is called cyanide. And next is about imine. Imine is nothing but carbon nitrogen double bonded compounds are called imines. And the isocyanates are foul odor, rotten egg smell containing compounds are called isocyanates, where N double bond C double bond O is called isocyanate. And next is about azure dye. Azure dye is nothing but which imparts the color, that is a characteristic for dyeing. So in the textile industry, it is mainly applied for dyeing purpose. Azure dye, we can say that is composed of N double bond N. Nitrogen double bond N is called as a compound which imparts the color. Intensified colors are there. That's the reason why these are applied in the dyeing purpose in the textile industry. And next is about thiol. Thiol is RSH is called a thiol, where sulfur is the major functional group which present in this compound. So wherever sulfur is there, sulfur containing compounds, especially in the medicinal chemistry, sulfur containing compounds having antibacterial nature. So most of the antibacterial antibiotics are composed of sulfur containing compounds only. That extent helpful it will be. And next is about arenes. Benzene and its related compounds are called arenes. So the compounds which generate aroma smell are called aromatic compounds. So that are the pleasant smell containing compounds, especially. So benzene ring is the main moiety for that one. And these compounds are very essential in the medicinal and even in the organic synthesis, where these are working like a solvent, starting material, and chemical transformations are also possible. And so this is another kind of functional group which is present called aromatic arene ring. So these are the few examples which fall under the functional groups in this organic chemistry. And let us go with a few of the examples in this category. Organic compounds classified by the type of functional groups which are present in the compound. Functional groups are responsible for their behavior. So if we are taking fluoro compound that is having specific property, when we are taking amine, its chemical reactivity will be completely distinctive when compared to fluoro because of that functional group. So even we are having bulky compound, bulky organic compound, its reactivity purely lays in the small functional group only. That extent it is significant in nature. So if fluorocompounds are there, all falls in the same category with the same resembling chemical property. When we are taking amino compounds, all amino compounds are having a similar kind of nature. So in that manner, functional group will drive its chemical property of these organic compounds. Compounds containing the same functional group undergo similar type of reactions. I'm taking the simplistic sample, halobenzene. So if we go with halobenzene, this halobenzene may have a resemblance in their properties, all may have substitution further rather than addition reactions, all will participate in the substitution reactions only, all will participate in the what we can say electrophilic substitution only. And when we are taking halo functional group, and they are selective for ortho-para substitution only. So in this manner, whenever functional group is there, that will decide, that will drive its a chemical property. Similar functional group will have similar chemical properties. And we have few examples in the category. First of all, we are going to discuss about the compound pertaining carbon, hydrogen, halogen. Most of the halides are extracted from the marine region. So halo compounds especially extracted from the marine water itself. So here compounds with the carbon, hydrogen and halide are regarded as haloalkanes. These are called haloalkanes, where here X can be substituted with either chloro, bromo, iodo atoms. Being fluoro is highly reactive, that's the reason why it possesses limited applications in the organic chemistry. So chloro, bromo, iodo compounds are familiarly known to us, and here few of the examples are mentioned: methyl chloride, ethyl bromide, chloroiodoethane, dichloro. So we can say here two chloro groups are present on the same carbon, so that it is called a gem, dichloroethane. So detailed IUPAC nomenclature and its corresponding guidelines are provided in the next session. So meanwhile, we are seeing a few examples which falls in the category of these haloalkanes containing carbon, hydrogen and halogen, where methyl chloride, ethyl bromide, and chloroiodoethane, dichloroethane. These are the few examples of this haloalkane. And the three-dimensional representation is also mentioned for these compounds. CHHH, Cl will be there, CH3Cl is the name. So we can say chloromethane, IUPAC name will be imparted like a chloromethane for this one. And this is a kind of halogen derivative, hydrocarbon, hydrocarbon, we can say. And here is the bromoethane. Here is the bromo functional group, and one carbon, two carbons are there, so that we can say eth. So suffix will be eth because it is composed of two carbons with eth, and here bromo is there. Bromoethane is the IUPAC name of this compound. So in this manner, carbon compounds with the halogen groups may be present, and these are very essential in the organic synthesis. And these are the few examples where you can say fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo compounds may be taken over here, and one bromopropane compound name will be here. Three carbons are there with the bromo functional group, hence we can say it is a one bromopropane. And here chloro group is present in the second carbon, 1, 3, 4 carbon chain with the two chloro groups, so that here 2-chlorobutane is the name of this compound. In this manner, few examples are having halo hydrocarbons are illustrated in this slide. And in either category of the functional group for the organic compound containing carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So the compound which are pertaining carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, but there is no a single category. We can classify these compounds into multiple categories because carbon, hydrogen, oxygen compounds are wide range. Among all, one of the kind of compound will be alcohol called hydroxy compounds, where ROH will be the simplest representation. R represent what? Organic moiety. OH is the hydroxy functional group. Here you can clearly observe R joined with OH. These are called the hydroxy compounds. And CH3, CH2, OH. Ethanol is the simplistic sample, which is a green compound. and it is easily extracted from the plant origin. So many plant extracts by the fermentation process, we can extract this ethanol, right? And this is another example with the CR, R1, R2, R3, OH group. So all these are the category, all these are the compounds of hydroxy only. So these are denoted with ROH, hydroxy containing compounds. In accordance with the IUPAC, all is the pronunciation. All in the sense, so let us pronounce this ethanol. Ethanol, eth means two carbons, ol means hydroxy. So that's the reason why here its pronunciation will be ol, OL will be the pronunciation. Move on to any other compound called aldehyde. Aldehyde compulsory condition will be C double bond OH. C double bond OH is the characteristic functional group for aldehyde. CHO simply we can regard. And here are the some of the example: formaldehyde with one carbon, formalin solution we can say. So most of the fossils can be preserved in the museum or else any space without any decomposition. For that purpose, we will use this formalin solution in order to preserve the ancient dead bodies, otherwise ancient specimens. So this formalin solution is most important. So here formaldehyde is the compound with one carbon, and HC double bond OH is the representation. And next is about acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is nothing but we are having CH3C double bond OH. So one more carbon is there, two carbons containing aldehyde is called acetaldehyde. So it is a better known for a solvent compound in the organic chemistry. And next is about propanaldehyde, where one more carbon get raised, CH3, CH2, C double bond OH is called. Three carbon chain with aldehyde is called propanaldehyde. This is another example for aldehyde. Aldehyde compulsorily characteristic functional group will be CHO. So here formaldehyde is a single carbon, acetaldehyde is a two carbon, propanaldehyde is a three carbon aldehyde. Move on to aldehydes. Here in extension to that one, aldehyde general representation will be like this: RC double bond OH is the general representation, and R denotes what? Alkyl group. You may take methyl, ethyl, propyl, any benzene, otherwise any kind of alkyl chain may be taken, but compulsorily it should be associated with C double bond OH. Then only they are regarded as aldehydes. Simplistic representation will be RC double bond OH. Right. Move on to another functional group called ketone. Here ketones are nothing but any compound pertaining C double bond O functional group in the compound, and either of the side you may have alkyl groups. So what's the difference between aldehyde and ketone? Aldehyde is composed of one side alkyl, another side hydrogen, whereas ketone composed both the sides of alkyl group. That's the major difference. You can clearly observe. Aldehyde, one alkyl group is there. Ketone, two alkyl groups are associated with this carbonylic functional group. C double bond O is regarded as a carbonyl group. Ketone is nothing but C double bond O that's surrounded with two alkyl groups in its vicinity. And a simplest example is dimethyl ketone called acetone. Acetone is a nail paint remover, and it is the essential solvent in the organic chemistry. Acetone is a well-known solvent. Most of the compounds, organic compound synthesis, acetone is a commonly used solvent here. And another is about ethyl methyl ketone. One side ethyl chain will be there, another side methyl chain will be there. This is called ethyl methyl ketone. This is another example comes under this ketonic compound. So here another category of the functional groups are provided to us. This is called a carboxylic acid. Acid, so just now we discussed acid is sour in taste. So all the compounds sour in taste are composed by these carboxylic acids only. So in our daily life, we have so many kind of compounds we are using as a dietary items. All those compounds of sour taste are composed by these carboxylic acids only. Right. So general formula for these carboxylic acids will be RC double bond OH. Right. So acetic acid is the simplest example. CH3C double bond OH. Vinegar is a commonly used example in this. Dilute, when we are taking glacial acetic acid, there is a difference between glacial acetic acid and dilute acetic acid. Glacial acetic acid is nothing but that is having some foam. So here highly concentrated one, and that is having fumes upon that, that is called a concentrated one. When water is added to that one, that will become dilute and is suitable for the daily life consumption, that is called a vinegar. So this is the simplest representation of RC double bond OH. R group, carbon with a double bond O, and another OH group will be there, and it is represented in the Fisher formula as well, two-dimensional representation also. So this is about the representation of carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acids are having much more derivatives in this category. So we can convert, we can transform these compounds into their acid chlorides, their amides, their anhydrides. So in so many manners, these compounds are available, analogous compounds are available. Here, simplest example is formic acid. So formic acid is most commonly available in ant. So when ant is biting us, so we are experiencing pain because of this formic acid. And another is about acetic acid. Propanoic acid is also present. When we are rising one more carbon, that will become propanoic acid. Formic acid is a 1 carbon carboxylic acid. Acetic acid is a 2 carbon carboxylic acid. Propanoic acid is a 3 carbon carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acids are very essential. These are the starting materials for the synthesis of so many organic compounds. So this is the simplest representation. The characteristic functional group of carboxylic acid is C double bond O OH, where you can find the carbonyl group and the hydroxy group both get joined over here. So here carbonyl group C double bond O OH is the hydroxy. When both get joined, you can say carboxylic acid. COOH is the simplest representation. It can be represented as CO2OH, and this is a three-dimensional way C double bond O OH representation. Now, another category called ether. So, ether is the compound where oxygen joined in between the two alkyl groups, that is called an ether. Ethers are highly volatile. If you open the lid, completely evaporated, empty bottle remains with us, right? So that's the reason why ether should be taken with a great care, properly stored in a way. And these are the compounds which are required as a most important solvents in the organic chemistry. So diethyl ether and all these compounds are most important for dissolve so many compounds in that, so that here we can perform the reactions. How water is used to dissolve all the compounds in that, in the same manner here ethers are used to dissolve the organic compounds here. So that's the reason why ether plays a vital role in the organic chemistry for dissolving the another substance in it. So here it is represented as oxygen. When so these are slightly resembling water as well. How can we say if two hydrogens are replaced with two alkyl groups, that is becoming ether. So if two hydrogens are present, HOH is called water. When those hydrogens replaced with two alkyl groups, then it will become ether. So in the properties, in the structural familiarity, these are resembling with water. All right, CH3O CH3 is a simplest ether compound where you can find a dimethyl ether. In accordance with IUPAC nomenclature, alkoxy alkane is a common IUPAC nomenclature. Alkoxy means we have to take methoxy here. So alkoxy stands for what? Methoxy. And alkane means methane. Methoxy, methane is the IUPAC name of this compound. Here we have ambiguity in order to give the IUPAC name, but IUPAC, if we go through the IUPAC guidelines in a thorough manner, then it is possible to assign the name. So here one side we have ethyl, in either side methyl group is there. How can we assign whether it will be methoxy or ethoxy? How can we assign the name for this one? Always long chain should be taken as a primary chain. So that's the reason why methoxy will become suffix and ethane will become prefix over here. So here alkoxy alkane, so that methoxy ethane is IUPAC name of this second compound. In general form, in traditional way, we can say methyl ethyl ether. methyl ethyl ether. Here it is called a dimethyl ether. It is called a methyl vinyl ether. So here these are the compounds where oxygen got joined with the two alkyl groups in the central part. So here you can clearly see the three-dimensional way of representation. Oxygen is indicated with the red color lobe, and here the methyl group. Here also in either methyl group, both are joined with oxygen. This is an ether compound. These are highly volatile in nature. So here one side methyl, in either side ethyl group is there. This is a methyl ethyl ether. So another compound called ester. So different fruits are having different characteristic odor. That odor mainly due to ester present in that. Ester is the main constituent present in the fruits. So here it is the flavoring agent in the fruits. Okay, so here the compounds are derivatives of carboxylic acids. Esters in the carboxylic acid you can find C double bond OH. If we replace H, if we replace H with one of the alkyl groups so that they converted into ester, so that we can say these are the derivatives of carboxylic acids. One of the hydrogen atom of carboxylic acid when replaced with R group, so that here esters will be generated. Here simplest example will be dimethyl ester. C double bond O group will be there. Compulsory characteristic functional group in the ester will be R, C double bond O, R. Here we have both the sides methyl, and here C double bond O group will be there. And here another compound called ethyl methyl ester. And ethyl methyl ester, here diethyl ester will be taken over here, where we are having C double bond O is the characteristic functional group in order to represent ester. C double bond O, both the sides, all alkyl groups will be there. So in either last functional group we are going to discuss in this session will be the compounds pertaining carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen as well. So here nitrogen is an important functional group in this organic chemistry, where carbon joined with the nitrogen with the hydrogens NH2, it is regarded as an amine functional group. These are the derivatives of ammonia. Ammonia is nothing but NH3, right? One of the hydrogen when replaced with alkyl, that becomes amine. So that you can say it is a derivative. That means it derived from ammonia. So one of the hydrogen get replaced with alkyl group over here. Amines will be generated, commonly called RNH2. They may be primary, secondary, tertiary. Primary, secondary, tertiary means what? If nitrogen is associated with one side alkyl group, two sides hydrogens, then you can say it is a primary. It is a primary because the nitrogen one side alkyl group is there. So in this compound you are having alkyl, alkyl, alkyl. So three hydrogens now replaced with three alkyl groups, right? And so you can say this is the tertiary. Here it is clearly depicted. One alkyl group called primary, two alkyl groups called secondary, three alkyl groups called tertiary. Means if nitrogen associated with one alkyl, two hydrogens, primary, two alkyl, one hydrogen, secondary, three alkyl, no hydrogens called tertiary. So in this manner, amines will be there. Amines also very important in the organic synthesis. These functional groups can be extended further by the addition of another compound. They will participate in the chemical reaction. New compounds will be synthesized. Why we have to synthesize the compounds? Because these are essential pharmaceutical materials. Carbon compounds are very essential in the medicinal chemistry. So many medicines are originated from these organic compounds only, right? So that's the reason why it is required to transform these compounds so that their efficiency will be raised and we will get new medicine compounds into our day-to-day life. In this manner, all these are the categories, various functional groups available in the organic chemistry, and based on these compounds we can explore new compounds further, so that here their properties, their functional groups, their behavior will depend. So by this we completed the session 10 of this carbon and its compounds. Hope this will be helpful for your preparation. Thank you very much for your consistent listening. Thank you one and all.